Alright, 5th graders, this is Mr. Blaze, and I hope that if you are watching this, you have already read the bibliography instructions, used the Alright book as a reference, and viewed the website as a link. If you've done all that, then you are ready to create your bibliography. Okay. This is a page that you will complete for your research paper, your Hall of Heroes research paper. Usually you'll create the biography at the end of your research project, but for you guys, I want you to create a rough draft as you work, because as you finish your sources, some of you have shorter sources, the bibliographies, you're returning them back to the library. Well, before you're finished with them and done, even though if you gathered your note cards and your research, I want you to record the information as far as the book title, the author, the pages that you got them from, so that you give credit for the research that you have. Because remember, we talked about plagiarism, and a bibliography is a way that we can give credit and actually validate the sources that we used. I told you guys that we're going to have at least 3 resources for this 5th grade bibliography. Okay, the 3 resources that we're going to use for our bibliography are mainly going to be the books that we used. You've checked out 5th grade appropriate 5th grade appropriate biographies for this research project. Okay, and I've viewed those biographies and I've made sure that they were grade level appropriate. Well, this is the page that you list those biographies, and you give credit to the authors that wrote and did all the work for you, because we're borrowing that to create our own research report. So in your bibliography, you're going to have 3 different resources. Now here's a big hint, since you've already read the information for the bibliography. 2 of those should be written bibliographies, written biographies that you've checked out from the library, whether it's our school library here at Morton or the public library. You're going to list those as number 1 and number 2 here. You may have 3, 4, 5 books that you've used and got note cards from, and you can list those if you want as 4 and 5. But remember that I'm only requiring 3 for this research project. Next, remember that you have to do them in alphabetical order. Okay, if you're not sure about alphabetical order, come talk to me. The last thing that I want to say real quick in this screencast is that you need to include any internet resources that you have used. We've used limited resources from the internet, but with our timeline and some of the other things and videos that we've used, hint hint Instagrok, you want to make sure that you include them somewhere in your bibliography page. Now this is all going to be a 1-page at the end of your research project, 1 page that's attached, and it's going to be titled bibliography, but you have to have the resources that you used, and there's a big hint that there should be at least 3 in alphabetical order. Make sure you use the correct way. We call it the MLA formula that we're going to use, because you'll be using that again in 6th grade. Okay, I hope that this little thing helped. If it didn't, go back to the resources that are on the page and use those as a reference. Thanks.